Revelation 2155. From the 18th of November 1941. Appreciation of the divine gift prerequisite for receiving. Nothing remains hidden from man that he desires to know, only he must take the right path. He must turn to where he can be given truthful information. Worldly knowledge is piecemeal, yet what the world cannot give him God can impart to him, and truly without error, because God cannot err and only wants to make the pure truth accessible to his creatures. It is not God's will that the human being's knowledge is limited. It is not his will that he should live earthly life in ignorance, yet he will not give the knowledge to people who have no desire for it and consequently do not appreciate the divine gift. The knowledge of his reign and activity, of his love for the living creations and of the purpose of the whole of creation is something so precious that nothing earthly can outweigh it. And all people are free to acquire this knowledge. But God will never impart such delicious good to those who only pay attention to the world and its pleasures. He distributes spiritual good where it is desired but withholds the gift from those who are unable to receive it. Thus the human being himself can determine the degree of his knowledge, and he will understandably remain ignorant until the desire for truth awakens in him. Even if God were to give the truth to these people, it would still not be recognized by them as such, and therefore the person who wants to instruct them and guide them into different thinking also has a difficult position. Anyone who constantly strives will also awaken or grow in his desire. But anyone who remains in spiritual inertia, who is content with the knowledge he has been given by human beings, sets his own limits to his knowledge. Truth cannot be offered to him, for he does not open his heart and ears, but he closes himself off to wisdom from God. There is nothing that remains closed to the human being if he turns to God himself for enlightenment. Yet he knows nothing of divine spiritual activity. He knows nothing of the connection between the Creator and his living creations. He knows nothing of his love, and thus it is incomprehensible to him that and how he can establish contact with him. Yet he is equally unapproachable to instruction, for his will is strong. He is influenced by God's adversary and therefore rejects and remains unteachable. The Spirit of truth requires a receptive heart, but their will to reject makes the working of the Divine Spirit impossible. Consequently, anyone who does not feel an urge within himself for brightness of spirit will remain in spiritual darkness. Divine gifts are delicious and should be desired with a heart of prayer and received with a heart of gratitude, but where prayer for the impartation of truth does not proceed, the worthiness to receive it is lacking, and the human being remains ignorant even though he believes to be in earthly knowledge. Amen.